life to maintain this. Hey y'all! So I'm driving in the, actually I'm not driving, Danielle is driving in the pouring rain. Hey! On the way to the conference. We're going to the ISSN Clearwater Conference. It's the annual conference they have. So today is just a few presentations, it's just a half a day. And then tomorrow I will be moderating a few of the sessions, which basically means I introduce some of the speakers. At the end of the day, I'm a part of the Data Blitz, which is 1 minute of your original research you get to talk about. And the following day, I'll also moderate a few sessions. Earlier, I will actually be doing the abstract poster board presentation. So I have my whole abstract up about my project, and I will be able to talk about it then. So I've talked about my project on a lot of different places on social media, but not actually like the results or anything like that we found. So I'm really excited to be able to do this for the first time. Is the lighting gonna get better over here? Nope. Nope. I will also be a part of 2 other abstracts. Both were female resistance training studies. So day 1 of the conference is over. We had a few talks and I got to catch up with some friends. That was exciting, and now me and Danielle are walking around the beach because it's really nice out now and it was really shitty earlier. So it's nice and we're just kind of walking around. She's eating and we're avoiding traffic and real life. So here's the view.
Common misperception among the general female population is they adopt a resistance training program, this will be the outcome. As a result, we get resistance training prescription like this and popular fitness professionals with little toy pink dumbbells like this. Consequently, many females do not train with an adequate intensity to maximally stimulate adaptation. The purpose of this study was to test that myth. We split the girls up into a moderate load and a high load group. They both did the same exercises. Volume was matched. 10 weeks. The results were that both groups got leaner, both groups lost body fat, both groups increased muscle cross-sectional area, and they both got stronger and performance was increased. In conclusion, the myth is busted. Resistance training to failure, regardless of load, is an improved measure of aesthetics and performance in untrained college females. A quick acknowledgement to my team of undergraduate research assistants.
Looked at UCAN Superstarch versus Gatorade. We obviously understand that we can store quite a bit more fat. We do, even if you're a lean athlete. If you can avoid the sugar chronic intake, do we have a better ability to use fat as a fuel? Maybe not. Some of the data shows that if you are taking this as a pre-workout before cycling, you do have increases in glycerol and free fatty acids. That's nice, but no difference in performance. So we decided to look at it pre and during exercise. So steady state exercise, number of crazy sprints, a lot of bar sessions here, and we followed that up with 60 grams during as well as 60 grams per hour during this long exercise session. We saw a big increase in fat oxidation with UCAN. We saw absolutely no difference in performance, and we saw lots more nausea with UCAN, leading to more of this. Go Knowles.
Does high protein improve body composition in aspiring female physique athletes? We had 17 resistance trained females. Some of my subjects are here today. The majority of which had expressed a desire to compete in a physique competition within the next year. The high group was not allowed to eat less than 2.4 grams per kg of protein. The low group could not eat more than 1.2 grams. So we have a big difference in protein consumption over the course of 8 weeks with a resistance training program. And we measured body composition. No differences in fat mass, no differences in body weight. The primary finding was the high protein group gained significantly more fat-free mass than the low protein group. By the way, there were no restrictions on fat or carbohydrates. The only thing they had to do was hit these protein thresholds. And interestingly, they ate about 425 more calories per day over the course of the 8 weeks. Shut that off. Real quick. Yeah, there's that. Thank you to my research assistants. Thank you to Dymatize for sponsoring.
And more importantly, does it influence weight regain? We had 27 resistance-trained males and females, 25 years of age on average, and an average body fat of 20.5%. They were randomized to either an inclusive or an exclusive diet group, which was a macro tracking group or a meal plan group. They had a 10-week diet followed by a 10-week post-diet period. They continued their normal training throughout the entire 20 weeks. Our results show that there was no differences in body weight, body composition, or metabolism during the diet phase. However, during the post-diet phase, the inclusive or the macro tracking group gained significantly more lean body mass than the exclusive meal plan group. Our conclusion is that an inclusive or an exclusive diet strategy is equally as effective for weight loss during a caloric-restricted diet in free-living resistance-trained individuals. However, it appears that a flexible diet may be more beneficial in creating a greater anabolic environment post-diet. Okay, we just finished a workout at, what is this gym even called? I don't know. The gym by the conference, and by the beach on Clearwater. It's a really funny old school 80s gym. A really good shoulder workout with my friend Dan, and I realized how pathetic I am. So I'm gonna show you the inside of the gym and just listen to the music. This has been the entire time. Everything is like old school, body masters, like everything. So yeah, everything's super old school, but really cool place, really nice that we got to come in here. No. But I think I look pumped. So I'm here with Dr. Kaliva, and I actually helped him on one of his research projects that we're presenting here. It's a high versus low load resistance training in untrained females. So basically we're testing the lifting makes you bulky, right?
We are myth busting.
Myth busting over here. With the only ginger scientist here.
So we set out to see if there was any evidence behind the common thought in many females that if they begin a resistance training program, they're going to bulk up very quickly and be dissatisfied with their body image. To do that, we looked at two different loading schemes. One group performed 4 sets of approximately 6 repetitions, whereas the other group performed 2 sets of 12 repetitions. So each group performed the same amount of repetitions in each session. So all sets were taken to momentary muscular failure. Training took place over the course of 8 weeks with a 1-week period passive unloading, which happened to be spring break. We did not ask anyone to change their dietary habits. We asked that they did not. Look at adherence. We collected dietary journals at week 1, 5, and 10. We also looked at performance, upper and lower body power, upper and lower body strength. The results were that both groups got stronger, both groups got more powerful, Both groups decreased their body fat percentage and increased their fat-free mass. Interestingly, we also saw reductions in total body water and extracellular water, and very small to moderate changes in arm and thigh cross-sectional area, without any difference between groups. The results of this study basically bust the myth that lifting heavy is going to bulk women up. Eating cupcakes will bulk women up.
This is Bill Campbell from the University of South Florida, and I direct the Performance and Physique Enhancement Laboratory. And I'm here today with Lauren Conlon, and we're presenting our data at the International Society of Sports Nutrition's Annual Conference. Will you explain what we found?
All right, so we had two groups. We had one flexible dieting group, otherwise known as the Fit Your Macros, or non-specific food group. And we had a second group that was a rigid meal plan group. They were told exactly what to eat. Put them on a 10-week diet, both of them a 25% caloric reduction. And then we tested their body weight, body composition, and resting metabolic rate. After the 10 weeks, there were no differences between the groups, alluding to the fact that you can do whatever you like and get the same result. We had a 10-week post-diet phase. We analyzed the same things. There was no diet intervention. And in this part, the flexible group gained more lean body mass.
To 600 calories. What's interesting here is check out I don't think this is significantly different, but you see kind of a little bit of difference between their predicted metabolic rate, what it should be based on the lean body mass and fat mass, and their actual measured metabolic rate. Okay? And obviously their total energy expenditure went down. But their activity almost doubled. All right. Then they followed up with them 6 years later. Weight didn't go all the way back up to before, so they're still in a better place weight-wise. However, body fat is actually not different than when they started. So that's p-value 0.08. You could argue there's a trend there. Okay. The point is they're almost back up to the same level of body fat 6 years later. Fat-free mass has come back up. It's not significantly different than the beginning. Here's where it's really interesting. Their predicted RMR versus their measured. So their predicted RMR is about 2,400 kcal per day. Their actual measured, 1,900. So they have almost a 500 kcal per day metabolic adaptation. I think for any coach, the biggest thing is paying attention. We report means in science, but people are individual data points. And so we've seen in studies, our mean may trend one way and somebody may go exactly the opposite way. So paying attention is important and trying to pick out is it just an aberration, or is it a trend, or is it something that's just different with that person?